Matthew Lillard is in his Renaissance era. His latest film, Five Nights at Freddy's, is smashing box office and streaming records. He has a new improv show premiering on Amazon's Freevee next week. His Quest End whiskey sold out its first drop, and he runs a luxury gaming company, Beadle and Grimm's, with 4 of his close friends. This is a really lovely little comeback moment for me, Lillard tells The Hollywood Reporter, before reconsidering that sentiment. I sort of want to quote LL Cool J, "Don't call it a comeback. I've been here for years." Lillard is no stranger to a successful franchise, of course, having starred in Scream and Scooby-Doo. But the overwhelming success of the film adaptation of a popular video game about a haunted restaurant called Freddy Fazbear's isn't lost on him. Freddy scared up an astounding $80 million at the domestic box office in its opening weekend, even with a day-and-date release on Peacock. The film from Universal and Blumhouse set an all-time record for Halloween weekend, is the biggest horror opening so far in 2023, and is the 3rd highest ever for the genre, behind only New Lines at Films. It has passed $220 million globally, and in the first 5 days of its release became the most-watched Peacock title ever. It's exciting to be a part of this thing that has become an international sensation, Lillard says. I realize that these opportunities don't come around that often. It's been a really rich, joyful moment because I can sort of sit back and appreciate it on a deeper level. In his first interview about the film post-strike, Lillard spoke with THR about the pressure of playing an iconic monster and explained faster, "Purple worm. Kill. Kill." In a way even D&D newbies can understand. Did you expect this kind of reaction to Five Nights at Freddy's? When I got the offer to do the movie, it was an incoming call. Basically, the proposition was go sit with director Emma Tammy, and if you guys get along, and you want to do the movie, you'll get the offer. Every time that happens in my life, it usually means the movie's pretty bad. At this point in my career, it's not like I'm out there just getting Academy Award opportunities. I have to fight for those great roles. We met, and she explained the character, and he's the Voldemort in the Five Nights at Freddy's universe. I came home, and I was talking to my wife about it, and my middle child was sitting there, and they heard me say Five Nights of Freddy's and were like, "Wait, who are you playing?" I said, "William Afton and some rabbit." And they were like, "Dad, that is going to be huge." Then, my son came in, and he affirmed the exact same thing. The fact that the two of them agreed on something was crazy. Scott Cawthon, the game designer, said to me at some point, in a year or two, nobody's going to be able to picture this character without it being related to you. I kind of brushed that off as hyperbole. I took the job, and at conventions I saw my line triple in size. Every 3rd kid would come up saying, "I cannot wait for you to be a part of this movie and this franchise. We've been waiting 8 years for the film." They were so excited. You start seeing projections coming out for the movie, and, in the back of my mind, I was like, I think it's going to be way bigger. I'm in the trenches at these conventions. Kids come up to me all the time. Cut to early projections being $40 million and then doing $80 million on the first weekend. It was remarkable and super exciting. I went into it cold. I knew it was based on a video game, but I didn't know anything other than that. Finding out you were the villain was a fun twist for people who were not familiar with the game. It's really interesting. Jason Blum said multiple times that this is a movie that is built for the fans. I think he's right. They weren't that concerned with whether other people like the movie, and I think they were right with the idea of like, hey man, this isn't a movie for everyone. This is a movie for this fan base, and we are going to bet that they're going to come out and support it. Their bet was 100% on the mark, and I think that they did a great job appealing to that community in an authentic way. For people who are not familiar with the game, how would you describe your character? I play a character that is living in plain sight in the world, and he is a horrible monster. Toward the end of the film, when my daughter can't handle a situation, I have to step in and take over. I do not accomplish that goal and end up meeting my demise. It's the first step in a journey that has this rich canon that spans multiple video games. I play a monster who, at the end of the day, gets his comeuppance and is thrown into this horror realm that he created.